Some of them are so used to people.
Paul Little Ray Goulet says when he was forced to close his reptile zoos in Hamilton and Ottawa in April, the work didn't stop.
You don't have to feed the sweatshirts when you close if you're a clothing retailer.
And at last check, saltwater crocodiles and anacondas aren't light eaters.
Feeding the animals is definitely a big expense for us. I mean, you can feel how warm it is in here as well, the hydro, the heat.
Pre-pandemic, the licensed zoo at Barton and Gage Streets would be packed as tightly as this snake.
March break, for example, the theater would be, I mean, there would be people in the hallways. They wouldn't be able to get into the theater for the shows just because it was so full.
But according to Goulet, visits to their two locations only make up a fraction of their revenue.
A contract at the museum in Kitchener. We were supposed to have a contract at the Royal Botanical Gardens this winter. That's where we generate our revenue, and those industries are closed down.
With cash flow eaten up, Ray's zoo is treading in rough waters.
We operated from April until December at a $750,000 loss.
Last month, the federal government introduced loans of up to $1 million for highly affected sectors. But Little Ray had a big problem.
They're charging 4%. My neighbor just got a mortgage for 1.28%.
The zoo has resorted to other loans and fundraising campaigns, and they've been successful. Their last GoFundMe brought in $220,000. A new one has just started up with a goal of $800,000. Achieving that lofty goal would hold the zoo until the end of the year. Any less gives some staff anxiety over the fate of the animals who they've built relationships with.
We were their last resort. They've already almost had to face euthanasia. So it makes me scared that if we go away, where are these animals going to go?
I also have to mention that 90% of the reptiles and other animals at the Hamilton Zoo have been rescued. Now, Goulet says if he had a meeting with the Prime Minister, he'd ask for an interest-free loan with a percentage of that loan being forgivable.